I want to talk a little bit about this whole idea of what they call the occupation. Yeah, the occupation. I hear a lot of people say, okay, Israel's occupying Palestinian land. And that makes me think of, well, wait a second. How did this become Palestinian land? What are you talking about? What, they own this land? Like individuals own this land, or like the whole group owns this land? How did it become Palestinian land? Who designated that? I think it's the newspapers. It's true that the United Nations in 1948 offered some parts of the land of Israel to the Palestinians so they could have a state of their own. But the Palestinians said no. No! They said, we don't want it. We want everything or nothing. Now, in Jewish law, when you say no to some property, you make it what's called in Hebrew, it's called Hefker. What is Hefker? Hefker means it's free. Anyone can come and take it because you said, no, we don't want it. It's not our land. We're not interested. It's Hefker. It's open for anyone else. They can take it because we don't want it. Why did the Palestinians say that? Palestinians, of course, they've shown over and over again, they have no interest in a state. They have one interest. They want to get rid of the Jews. And they certainly want to get rid of the Jewish nation state. That's the only thing they care about. They don't care about their own state. They never developed any state. When you gave them a state like in Gaza, they spent the entire billions of dollars digging tunnels to acquire weapons to kill Jews. That's the only thing they love to do. They love to kill Jews. They have no interest in making a culture or a country. Okay. So this whole idea of Palestinian land, in my mind, is complete bullshit. There's no Palestinian land. Forget that whole nonsense. The land of Israel belongs to the land of Israel, belongs to the state of Israel. Okay? I think Israel should annex it, make it part of the state of Israel, and should say to the Palestinians, look, if you want to become part of the state, if you want to become a citizen of the state of Israel, you need to start following our laws. If you follow our laws, you belong here. If you don't follow our laws, you don't belong here. You need to go somewhere else. Go some other place where you can follow their laws. But you don't belong here. This place is the land of Israel. You need to follow our laws. Now, this is a very old idea. This is not something new that I thought of. I was reading Socrates. At the end of his life, Socrates had a friend, Crito. This is just hours actually before Socrates, maybe a day before Socrates was going to die. He was accused by his citizens of Athens of corrupting the youth. He's going to take hemlock and die. But Crito tries to convince him and say, look, I bribed the guards, or I can bribe the guards, and I'm sure we can get out of here. And you can go to other places. You can go to Thebes or whatever. You can go to some other city and, live your life out. You don't have to die tomorrow. Sounds like an interesting proposition. So what did Socrates say? I mean, I might be inclined to do it, but Socrates, because he was accused and condemned in a very unfair way, Socrates says, no, I'm not going to do it. Why not? He says, look, all my life, I've lived in Athens. Okay, I've lived in Athens. So you could say, well, he lived in Athens. He's a citizen of Athens. He lived in Athens. He belongs to the place. Just that's what the Palestinians say. Look, we live here. It's our land because we live here. I'm saying no, it's not your land because you live here. People rent apartments. They might live in an apartment all their life. It doesn't make the apartment theirs. You don't get possession because you live there. Take a tent and go camping somewhere. It doesn't make that place mine, even if I camp there for 100 years. What makes the land yours? This is what was interesting with Socrates. He said, look, I've lived here all my life. I follow the laws of Athens. I don't agree with what the Athenians said. I think they're wrong, but that's the law. And I belong to Athens, and the way I belong to Athens is I follow the laws of Athens. That's what makes me part of Athens. I belong here because I follow the laws. I'm participating in the culture of Athens. And if I would break the laws of Athens, it would be like breaking apart or trying to break apart the whole culture of Athens. And that I'm not going to do. I'm here to support the culture of Athens. That's the greatness of Socrates. He realized he's not going to break the law. The law is what brought him up. It's because of the law that they can have. The whole culture of Athens could support him and his family and his father and his future children. He had 2 children. He could bring them up. So I think this is a very deep lesson. This is what we can say to the Palestinians. You can stay here in the West Bank. You can even become citizens of the state of Israel. But you must agree to follow the laws. You must agree to support the state of Israel. If you don't, you need to leave. You need to go somewhere else. Go to another country where you can support their laws. We all need to live in a culture that is bounded by laws. And we need to support those laws and strengthen those laws. And so that's how we make a powerful country. That's the offer we should make for the Palestinians. I think Israel should annex the West Bank and say, everybody who wants to follow our laws, you're welcome to be a citizen. We can take down this wall. We can participate in our economy, in our education system, in our water and power system. But you must obey our laws. That's the only thing. If you don't, you need to leave. That's it. That's how I think we can solve this problem. Okay, that's it.